Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Roleplay D6 Star Wars. It's me, Duhad, your host. It's also Get the GM and Belial the player. We continue into Hour 2 after having a slight technical malfunction that required restarting Hour 2. But it's cool, we didn't get anywhere into it, so we're not repeating ourselves. Get.
She lies, dear viewers, she lies. We lost 2 hours.
God damn it.
No, we didn't. Okay, so
15 hours.
So, Washington has been going ahead and meditating and trying to figure out as much as possible about the whole issue of the souls within the crystals, correct?
Yes.
Okay, well, this is taking up a lot of your attention. And you may notice when you finally come out of your meditation, being informed that they're about to pop the tank on Hall, that you haven't heard from Giselle or Rosie in a while.
Alright, yeah, Washington slowly gets up and also has communicators who walks towards Hall's room and calls up Rosie, just going like, "Hey, I need you to be here to look after Hall and make sure she gets back to the transport ship if things go wrong. Also, I can't find Giselle. Can you make sure to take a look for me?"
There is no response.
I wait for a minute and then hit the thing again and say, "Rosie, please remember to charge up your comm. I really need to be able to be in touch with you. This is important. Okay, I'll be back. Please get back to me as soon as you can. And again, if you see Giselle, let him know that we need to meet up." And I click it off and head to Hall's room.
Okay. When you get there, Hall is being lifted out of the tank. It is no longer red. The liquid in it is clear. And she is being hauled out of the top by the suspension straps that have kept her in it. Hall, you are now, though still in some pain, especially when you move too fast, you are fit and back to your old abilities.
Coolio.
So your penalties are removed.
Yes.
Oh, I don't even think I've been keeping track of my penalties.
Don't worry about it.
Well, I don't have to. Awesome. Cool. So yeah. Boom. Boom. I'm Washington.
Hello. How are you feeling?
Well, bad.
It's not too late to leave with Demi. His ship is leaving soon.
Is he okay?
He'll be fine. We're going to get him to the temple, and he'll be taken care of by some of the best healers the Jedi Order has.
I'm still not leaving, though.
All right. Well, just stay close to Rosie, okay? I'm not sure where she is right now, but she'll take care of you.
Okay.
And look around and sort of like, where is she?
That's a very good question. But the door opens behind you, and the other Jedi file in.
Yeah, who's still around at this point?
Well, I was actually about to get to that. Okay, so you have Talbane.
Yeah.
At this point, you do have Caskel, though he still has the weird black stuff going on with his forearms, and he appears to be very careful not to touch anything. And you actually have Layla, who now has, though there isn't any synth skin over it, she's actually sporting a cybernetic arm at this point.
That's fucking metal.
And,
I mean, it is. They're metal.
That is metal on multiple levels, but Washington kind of looks at it somewhat distraughtly because, like, oh,
just like Master Luke.
Just like Luke.
Just like Luke. Just like my holovids.
Yeah, she looks at it and he looks at her arm and asks, "You all, how are you all holding up?"
Been better, but we got things that need doing.
Yeah. Know that feeling. All right. You heard from who's the missing one? Who's missing?
They still haven't heard from Alira. Alira is the one that has been missing all this time. Keskel shakes his head. No. We still haven't had anything from Alira.
Damn it. All right. Well, hopefully we'll find her when we get out there.
It wouldn't be the first time that one of us has ended up in the middle of the worst Shabbat going down.
That is also a feeling I can relate to. All right, let's... It looks one more time at Hall, as if like going like, are you sure? Absolutely sure? Sure you're sure?
Gives an okay sign.
Okay, all right.
Holding back the pain.
I guess this is it then. Have you ever seen Rosie anywhere? Or Giselle?
Talbane shakes his head. No, not for a couple of days anyway.
Where did those two get off to? Alright, well...
Layla just sighs. I'm almost certain that the firefight, which we just heard about, is them.
The what now?
Look, let's get in the car and get moving.
Yeah, like, watching both, he's like very clearly now going like, wait, what?
That sounds great. Oh, by the way, Hall does up her hair, like she did before, with the stupid greaser haircut.
Using Bacta's hair gel, I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have your standard fit of weapons, which is a, not a clue horn, what the hell? You have a musical instrument for a weapon.
It's, I swear I had it. Oh, Slitherhorn.
Slitherhorn, that's...
I have a lightsaber, actually. No.
No, you don't. That's one of the things I keep track of. Okay.
You're right, I have 2 lightsabers, sorry.
Shoosh you. One of the things that you do notice is that Demi's things are still in the room, including a small holdout blaster, if you want to pick it up.
Oh, hell yeah. I don't even know how to use a blaster, but that's fine.
Yeah. Point the loud end at the enemy and pull the trigger. Hope it works.
Hey, that works. It works, right? If you point it right at their forehead.
That is true.
True.
Point blank never misses.
So so we get to the car and as we're getting things going, like Washington's just like
yes.
What was that about the firefight?
So we just picked up on the comms from the police that there's apparently some sort of firefight.
Huh.
And it's not just a couple of people with blaster pistols going at each other.
Okay, I mean, are we sure it's... Like, is there any other details, or...
You see Layla go ahead and put her finger up to her ear, listening to the comm. Apparently concussion grenades and repeating blasters have been mentioned.
Yeah, so,
and she looks back at Washington, and surely you don't think to tell me that you think that this is a coincidence.
Want it to be, but no, you're right. Hall, do you know where, do you know why, Giselle might have gone off like that?
Well, I mean, should probably be obvious.
Yeah, I suppose so. Oh boy. Okay. Okay, this is fine. We can still. This is manageable. This is not the end of the world.
We have a gun. A blaster. I don't know if guns is a term that actually exists in Star Wars. Okay. We have a gun.
Actually, in the car there are multiple different guns, because gun would technically cover both blasters and slug throwers.
Lots of gun. More gun per gun.
Now, I watched a lot of Hollow vids before, and I'm wondering, do we have any explosives? Stuff that goes boom.
The two other Jedi both stare over at Layla. She opens up her cybernetic arm size and pulls out what appears to be explosives of some sort.
Oh, wow. Look at that. We have a bunch of bombs in the car. Awesome.
It's just like my Hollow vids.
Keskel chuckles. Washin, I know you really haven't worked with us very much, but there's nowhere that Layla doesn't go without explosives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, just thinking back on like an entire, like just like basically in his head, if this was a movie, there'd just be, or like TV show, there'd just be a montage going on right now of all the times he's blown up or been next to an explosion, and how that's never really ended well.
Layla chuckles, and now I've got a new place to hide them.
Oh boy, yeah, that's great. I love this. This is definitely a good thing.
Relax, I'm not going to blow you up with them.
Too much.
I should note that she's very nonchalant with this, up to the point where you see her start to spin 3 of them around using the Force in front of her.
Yeah, Watson just is slowly sidling towards the far side of the vehicle and kind of just like putting an arm protectively over Hall.
Oh, fine. She flicks her finger at the arm, and the 3 explosives just go click, click, click in there, and her arm closes up.
That's so cool.
Do not emulate her. There is a proper way of handling high explosive devices, and it is not juggling them.
You're right. When I get my arm broken off, I should just sew it on.
No. This is not the right lesson you should be taking away from all of this.
No, Layla says, turning around to Hall. These aren't high explosives. That's a very important lesson to go with. These are concussion charges.
They won't kill you. They'll just cause you.
Oh, they can kill you.
Do you think that?
Oh, right, they'll liquefy your organs. Of course. How silly of me.
I don't know if the robots would be able to, get hurt by that.
No, these are probably going to be of limited utility. But there's always something that you can do with explosives.
Well,
if you can't solve a problem with explosives, you're simply not using enough.
Yeah. I mean, at least Hall... I keep saying Hall. At least Hall is Hall there. Hall. No, at least Rosie and Thorn are gonna be there.
Oh yes, wonderful. Thorn, always a calming can of gasoline to throw on any fire.
And with that, we will go ahead and cut to where Thorn is at the moment.
Gun, stab.
So, Thorn is in fact engaged in combat. Would you like to go ahead and tell me what Thorn is saying right now?
Oh god, well, not 100% certain exactly what the situation is, but I sort of just imagine the cut being essentially like we go from this is certainly can only be going well to like Thorn standing on a pile of rubble, with the medium repeater slung down and just doing a strafing fire as mechanical laughter just plays out of the speakers.
That's fairly accurate. You're in an upstairs apartment and shooting out the window, but I should also note that there are or Thorn would be able to see that there are large fruiting bodies that are starting to come off of buildings.
Is this a new development, or has this been happening?
This is a relatively new development. Thorn has been seeing the fungus grow, which was not unexpected, but it appears to have shifted into a new phase. I assume Giselle is nearby. Oh, yes. Yeah. Giselle is reloading a weapon.
Thorn basically, without looking at him, just shouts, "It seems we are having an effect! The enemy is attempting to change its strategy."
Have they stopped running at us?
They appear to be growing new bodies out of the fungus.
Oh, sorry. When I say fruiting bodies, these are what fungus use to spread spores with.
It appears to be attempting to spread more fungus in this direction.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, just all sticks the weapon out the window, his back against the wall, and triggers it a couple of times. Grenades shoot out. I'm starting to wonder why I ever decided that this was a good idea.
Thorn.
There are other members of the gang who are in there, or who are in various shades of injury.
Yeah, Thorn cracks the gun, ejecting an overheated clip, and then resumes firing. "Never question yourself, young Giselle. This was a wise decision. There are many now who are dead who could have been a problem for us later on."
What does the other one say? Pum, pum.
Rosie says, "I'm a little worried, honestly. A lot of people are getting hurt." The gun's still firing as she says this. Her body doesn't change demeanor at all, but the voice does. "It seems like a lot of people are being hurt. Maybe we should pull back or find some help. I don't want to see anyone else getting badly injured."
Rosie, you know full well that the last time we tried to pull back, that's when we lost 4 people.
I know. I'm just worried.
Okay, while this is going on, Thorn, go ahead and make me a perception check.
Alright. Let's see here. Oh, right. I have to bring up the sheets again because of my computer crashing. Role-playing sheets. Star Wars role-playing sheets. Blop, bloop, bloop. It's Rosie and Thorn. Let's go. Let's go very slowly, because, goddammit, this program is not known for its swiftness. Or its actually opening of the right goddamn... okay, I'm gonna open the Rosie and Thorn file, Microsoft writer. Alright, so, do you want to open a blank sheet? No, why would I no, no. Load, Rosie and Thorn. Okay, well, you should have been more clear. I was pretty fucking clear. On that one.
Computers, what a modern marvel.
Yeah, okay, let's hear. So, just straight perception, 2D. Oh, Wild Dice got a 6 then, so that's good.
Oh, nice. Go ahead, re-roll an add.
That was a 6, holy shit. I'm gonna roll 2 dice. I'm terrible at this. 5 and a 6. And the 6 was on the wild die. Roll again. 6 on the wild die. 3, alright, 3. Okay, that's still...
So, 20.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, your targeting systems definitely picked this up. You've mostly been running into what look to be fairly standard run-of-the-mill cyborgs so far. Thorn is able to pick up that something else has entered the field. It's fast and amorphous and black, and you fought it once before. And it didn't go particularly well.
Yeah, Thorn like locks in on it and starts like very visibly like moving slightly to like follow its trajectory, and says, "Jazal, it appears that they have sent a worthy opponent after us.
Oh, great!
I have unfinished business with this one. Do you know how I received these scars on my chassis?"
No.
It was this creature. He very briefly...
Giselle looks like he's going to have a meltdown.
Yeah.
And give me just a second here, because this is actually going to be relevant. He actually pulls himself together and points at one of the scars on Thorn's chassis and says, "I thought I put that one on you."
Ah, yes. No, that one... That was also a fine injury. But this one tore open my chassis like it was flat. What the fuck is it called? Flimsy? What's those?
Flimsy plast.
Flimsy plast. Like it's just flimsy plast. Your armor will not protect you from it. But you know what will?
What?
He like switches to the light gun with the grenade launcher. Overwhelming firepower!
Okay, is he going to go in with both arms on this?
Yes.
Okay, so, multiple attack rules. You can go ahead and use both of them. Given that you are a battle droid using weapons mounts that are built in, I'm not going to make you have to... I'm going to give you a bonus and allow you to use all three weapon systems at only the disadvantage for using two of them.
Okay.
So you're going to use your blaster skill, or your weapons mount skill, whatever you have,
Blaster.
at 1d under its normal.
Okay.
And you're going to roll for each of the weapon systems.
Okay.
And are you going to focus in specifically on the dark side beastie?
Oh yeah, this is basically Thorn is just opening up with everything on this guy.
Okay.
Okay, wonder if I should use a force point on this. Like, this is kind of a big moment.
Your call.
You know what? No, this is definitely a moment that, like, Thorn is like, this is Thorn's moment to go all out. So I'm gonna use a force point for this one.
Okay, just starting off with the force point. Go for it.
Okay, so was that change?
That doubles his effective.
Okay.
So, double minus 1d.
Yeah, so in that case it's a 6 total.
And you will roll it 3 different times.
Okay. 3 different times?
Yeah, 3 different times. One is going to be for the medium repeater, one's going to be for the light repeater, and one's going to be for the concussion launcher.
Okay, well, for the first one, that's a 20 total.
Okay.
The second one... Okay, second one is just going to be a 16.
Okay.
And the last one... Oh! Action die, come back! Okay, come here. Alright, 10, 20... 25.
Okay, okay, so for the medium repeater, roll me 60.
Okay. God damn it, fucking... Can I get some slightly better rolls, please? I mean, like, these aren't terrible, but I think it's, like, largely just the number of dice is preventing it from being a goddamn waste. Okay, 12.
Okay. For the light repeater, roll 5d.
Okay. Action die or no action die?
You still have an action die on this, yes.
Okay. Well, it hasn't made a difference yet, either on 1s or 6s. Oops, I knocked that dice roll over. I think it was a 2. Okay, here we go. So that's going to be a total of 16.
Okay.
And finally for the grenade, I assume?
Yes. For the grenade, you're going to go ahead and roll that one at 3d.
3D, okay. Alright. Blames... Well, yeah. Fucking, of course, on the grenade, I'd get the 1 on the action die, of course.
And what did you get for the damage?
5 total.
Okay, cool. So, what happens is, your 2 streams of blaster fire pretty much cut this thing's tendrils out from under it. And, you see Black Ichor just go ahead and spurt from this thing, and it goes down in a big old bow wave of ferrocrete as it just rips up the road that it was sliding down. And then you go ahead and you pop that grenade right in front of it, and it goes off. And suddenly that thing's flying through the air. It's trailing broken bits. It is in bad shape. But it's also coming right for that window that you're in.
This is like the closest thing Thorn has ever felt to religious ecstasy.
Is Thorn gonna dodge, or is Thorn gonna just tank this?
Thorn is basically like as he's is slowly moves his arms out to the side to embrace the oncoming creature, because he's not done beating this thing yet.
Okay, roll strength.
Come to me!
You're insane, says Jizal. Yeah, roll strength. Tell me what you get.
That's going to be a 6, 9, 20 total.
20, okay. Okay, the very, very happy battle droid is borne down to the ground under the weight of this thing, as its tendrils just flip and spin all over the place, just painting the room with what passes for its life's blood. It claws at the armor, and it is putting gashes in.
Yeah.
Nothing that's gone ahead and caused any true damage yet, but it's not going to take very long. And you can see that it's going ahead, and it's moving what looks to be some sort of orifice towards where the computer core is.
Okay.
Jazal, mad lad that he is, has pulled out a vibroblade that qualifies for "that's not a knife" status. This is a knife. And has jumped towards this whole thing, stabbing wildly with it. He is caught in the middle of his jump by one of the tendrils and sent flying across the room. However, the knife drops from his hands at the time and lands right in between the arm and torso of Thorn. Just goes sinking straight into the floor.
Well, Thor doesn't actually know how to use knives, so he's just going to start punching this thing. Just basically, he moves an arm directly next to the creature's head. And it's not like he's pulling back and punching like a normal human being would. It's more like a hydraulic pump just below his fist just starts causing it to rabbit punch the creature in the head.
Okay, rope rolling.
Let's see here. Let's see here. 5, 10, 12, 22, 24.
Okay.
He's actually better at brawling than he is at shooting.
Okay, so... Wow, this thing really screwed itself. It got a 1 on its action die. So it's fighting back against the Thorn really quite well, even if it is damaged beyond belief.
Yeah.
But while you're doing the whole rabbit punch thing, remember that orifice that I told you about?
Yeah.
It slips in the way of Thorn's fist. It goes right in. Yeah. And there is a cracking sound on the inside of this, what was otherwise fairly amorphous mass of teeth and tentacles.
Yeah.
Is this going to be a continuing of the rabbit punch, or are you going to use your new handhold?
Use the new handhold. In fact, Thorn's battle instincts are essentially Hey, that sounded important. Let's grab it and pull it out.
Okay, Ow, right. So, Thorn, you remember how, the other one that you fought had a big old javelin that went through you?
Yeah?
Well, you don't have a big old javelin, mostly because it broke to some extent, but, you've got a chunk of a javelin, almost sword-sized.
Huh. How fascinating.
What do? Giselle, by the way, is dazed on the... he's lying on a couch that he slid down to after hitting the wall.
I think at this point, like Thorn has found something inside of this creature that it seems to want to have, so he's going to try and rip as much out of it as he can.
Okay, so as Thorn goes back to try and delve for more buried treasure, we're gonna cut back to the other group. So, you have, by this point, reached the edge of the area, and you can very well see where the firefight was happening. In fact, there is a large group of bodies around a certain apartment building, and there have been explosions, and there has been blaster fire. But the blaster fire seems to have slackened off quite a bit, and there are still moving bodies.
Yeah.
And they're moving towards the apartment building.
Yeah, Watson looks at Hall and says, like, these are the creatures that you saw before, right?
Yeah.
Are you sure? There's no shame in being afraid.
I have to go.
Alright. He looks over the rest of Saberflight and says, alright, we're with you.
Let's do this. Alright. Hey, says Caskel. Fly me over, open the door. And he reaches down to what looks to be a camelback and unstoppers it.
Okay.
Is anyone going to do anything when the door opens?
Well, Washington's got his lightsaber ready, but is kind of waiting for anyone else to give the signal that they're all going to jump out before he throws himself directly into the danger.
Okay, so if you're waiting then...
What was Hall? What was Hall doing?
Probably gonna wait.
Okay.
Too. Her body's probably not in the best condition to just run out there willy-nilly.
Yeah.
Okay, so from the camelback comes out a quite literal water slide. It is a slide made of water that Layla goes ahead and slides her way down, followed by Caskel. Talbane is currently going ahead and still flying at this point.
Okay. Washington grabs Hall and says, alright, hold on tight. We'll get on the slide together.
Alright.
Right.
Okay, if you try and go on it, it's water, it's wet, but it's also, even though it's just like a centimeter thick, it is supporting your weight and brings you all the way down.
Big wet.
And so do we slide into the apartment or onto the ground?
Onto the ground.
Okay.
Something's going on in the apartment, you know that much, but there's a lot of these cyborgs outside, and they very well might overwhelm the defenders of the apartment if you don't do something about it.
Snap hiss, are these? So these are the human-looking ones, or the normal citizen-looking ones, right?
Some of them are just the articulated skeletons, and you see here and there some larger ones that were probably just pure war forms, but you don't see any at the moment.
All right. So Ocean calls. The ones that can still be salvaged, try not to kill them, or at the very least, don't ruin them beyond repair. There's a chance we can still restore the life to some of these people.
All right. You hear two more snap hisses.
what is Hall using as a weapon right now?
Well, she has the slither horn, but is there any shrapnel or garbage thrown about?
There is quite a bit of shrapnel and garbage thrown about.
Well, looks like some force needs to be used here.
Oh, quick point on that. That will be a direct offensive use of the Force and will be a dark side point.
Why is
Washington hands a gun.
What?
Washington hands a gun to Hall.
What?
No,
Why?
it's written into the rules. If you use the Force directly as an offensive action, it is a dark side point.
Yeah, wow. Yeah. Hey, Luke Skywalker, how's it going? Oh, you're force pushing someone? That's an offensive action. Dark side point.
Force pushes are one of the ones where, depending on context, it can be or can't be. But if you use like large pieces of shrapnel and such, and use them as a direct weapon against something, that will be a dark side point. You can still,
even if it's an unfeeling robot.
You don't know that they're unfeeling robots.
They are
it's
literally made of metal.
No, Blue. I'm just it's like Washington hands you a blaster pistol. Like, here, this is much more morally reprehensible.
No, legitimately, it's a thing where straight offensive actions with the Force carry with them a greater moral scaling when dealing with the Force.
That's just silly.
Here, shoot them. It's much more humane.
Okay, so what you're saying is if I use the Force to hold the gun, it's a dark side point. But if I hold the gun myself and shoot someone, it's not.
If you were to pull the trigger with the Force, yes, dark side point. But not necessarily if you do it yourself.
That's so dumb. Oh my god.
I did not write the morality of the Force or exactly how the Force rules interact here.
Okay, well, I guess Blaster then. This is dumb. Thanks, Star Wars. Any Star Wars fans out of the 3 people that are watching us still? Sorry. Anyway, I have a blaster.
Okay, yep.
It's just, and it's Demi's. I don't know Demi's blaster damage thing. And I don't have a blaster skill, so...
Well, you'll use it based on just your dexterity, essentially.
Hey, at least that's my second best attribute.
Yeah.
Or, no, it's not my second... Never mind, it's far from my second best. It's fine.
Okay, but yeah, you do it with that, and the damage code on the holdout blaster is 3D.
Yeah, well, what if I don't have any skill in it?
That doesn't matter. You can still shoot it. Okay, so the way that the rules work is even if you don't have a particular skill in it, you can still attempt using the base stat.
Okay.
And after that point, you can then use character points to buy the skill, essentially.
Well, don't I list on my sheet if I succeed so that it's like, okay.
Mm-hmm. And that would be a skill which you have attempted, gotten, but just don't have any points towards.
I rolled, but I didn't actually have a wild die. Hold on. He re-rolled with an actual wild die. Okay, that's my wild die. Okay, that's a 10 in total. And the wild die was a 3, so I set the pink one to be my
And you're just going ahead and firing into the crowd?
With prejudice.
Okay.
Towards the big evil monsters. If there's anyone that doesn't look like an evil monster, then I will not. I will try to not shoot them. But
okay, roll damage.
I've never handled a blaster before. What's the damage code?
3D.
Okay. That's 12 in total.
12. Okay.
Wow, that's about as much damage as you did with that one force point attack, right?
Yeah. Thanks.
Well.
Oh no.
You go ahead, you pull the trigger, and your shot flies true, and it hits one of the just standard cyborgs right in the back of the head. burning off flesh. You see under it Durasteel that's been scorched, and the thing turns around.
Oh, no. Beep, boop.
And from its arms, which unfold, a pair of sickle claws come out.
Oh, no.
There are more of them that are doing the same, and the one that you first shot starts running at the group, followed by the others, and they increase their speed. It was a good shot,
Crap.
but it looks like you made him mad.
Oh, no.
Though that's not entirely true either. You see, every single one of them just has a blank look on its face.
Okay, so they're not mad, they're just disappointed.
It would be a strong thing to say that they're even disappointed.
Look over at Washington. Washington's too scared to give me a disappointed look.
Yeah, it's sort of like holding up the lightsaber like, God damn it, I hate this so much.
I'm gonna have to harvest so many limbs.
What are you, Magnus Burnside?
So many limbs. We need so many arms.
It's my favorite Nintendo product.
Okay. So as the group charges at you, Layla flips up her arm and a hole opens in her palm, and the concussion charges start shooting out. The explosions don't seem to do much damage, but they do break up the waves somewhat, so that you're not going to be all taken under at once.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, close combat's about to occur unless someone else has any clever ideas.
Screaming terror? No, just lightsaber. Lightsaber out.
Gift broker the Jedi.
Oh dear.
Yeah, okay, they're coming at you. You've got a lightsaber. Are you going to just try and... Are you going to make it difficult on yourself and try and, take limbs and such? Or are you going to take whatever shot you can get?
These are the ones that are still largely citizen-looking?
Yes. Their arms have gone ahead and opened up and they're revealing sickle claws, like something out of Cyberpunk 2099, but...
yeah, then in that case, there's still a chance for these people, and I'm only taking the arms.
What's your policy on legs?
Do they look like all cybered up as well?
You can't see anything, but you have run into citizen-looking cyborgs before that can turn themselves into Iron Maidens. Okay, so yeah, the question of whether they have full cyborg endoskeletons, the answer is probably yes.
In that case, yeah. Like basically anything that's not going to kill them is fine, but no lethal blows to the neck, head, or torso.
Okay. Okay, roll lightsaber combat.
What's up, Danger? Okay, so that's gonna be 6, 12.
12, okay. You are being attacked by...
Why do I have a skill in blaster deflection and not regular deflection? Damn you! Damn you, hindsight!
Okay, well, 2 of them come up on you and roll damage.
Okay, what is that for? Oh, wait, hold on. I have that written.
It's a lightsaber. That's 60.
60, okay. Wait, hold on a second. Lightsaber says 5d plus... Oh, lightsaber combat. Okay, yeah, 60. Alright. Well, that was a good roll, at least. Let's see here. 4, 8, 10, 25.
25, okay. So 2 of the cyborgs run up at you, and they're reaching back with both arms ready to just stab these mantis claws into you. And suddenly, despite the fact that you're scared, force starts to flow through you, and you come up with the lightsaber. And as the arms come down, they come off.
Yeah. Okay, that's
and
good.
The cyborgs are
both their arms on each of them are off. They just flew back beyond you, and it almost seems to have upset their programming. They're not quite sure exactly what the hell happened.
Yeah.
Similar things are happening in the amputation department with the other two lightsabers that have been ignited. Yeah. Layla is doing unto them like you did unto her.
Thanks.
Except occasionally she seems to go ahead and place her hand on one of them, and they go flying backwards. Her cybernetic hand. And you don't actually go ahead and recognize the Force when she does that.
It's a taser.
Not quite, but...
It's Miles.
Wait, yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, zip zap.
Yeah.
So Hall.
What is Hall going to do? There are cyborg zombies bearing down on you too.
Well, I mean, force push isn't illegal.
No, it is not illegal.
So I guess I should use force push.
Are you just trying to push them away?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Go ahead and roll it.
Is there any building or something that could maybe delay them if they were to try and get up? Maybe a pit. Or...
There is no pit at the moment, however...
An open manhole.
I was about to say, but on the other hand, the road has been damaged, so you might be able to create one.
That sounds disconcerting.
What? Creating a pit?
Yeah.
It's not damage to... creating a pit is not damage to sentience. It's not a dark side action inherently.
Okay. Hulk smash.
Okay, so going to use your TK to try and open up a pit in front of the charging?
Yes.
Roll alter.
Okay. Good thing that's the one thing I'm good at. Okay, that wasn't it. Okay, 1 on the action die.
Uh-oh.
And... that's an 8 in total.
8 in total. Okay.
I break my legs.
No, you don't. You do break something.
Oh.
It isn't your legs.
Oh.
So when you go ahead and you reach out with the Force to try and crack open a pit, there was something that was reinforcing the road in that area. And you do break that. And a spout of water comes out of the cracked pavement, spraying at you. Go ahead and roll dexterity for dodge.
Oh god. Time to die. Here we go, kids. It's time to die.
No, Mrs. Bond.
Where'd the dice go? Oh, dropped them. Oh, okay, fine. I'll go with that number, because it's really bad. Oh god. On the bright side, got a 5 on the action die this time. Oh boy. Really. That's fair. That's fair. That's a 10 in total.
Okay. Yeah, you are able to go ahead and duck out of the way of the high-pressure water, so you don't get knocked off your feet by it or, battered by it, but it does go ahead and put you in a somewhat disadvantageous position as the two that are going after you split past the water and are coming after you. They also both have sickle claws out and are attacking you. What do?
I have no clue. I'm gonna turn invisible.
Okay. Roll your knack. Control sense alter.
Yeah. Okay. Time to fail horribly. Here we go, everyone. You ready? My big hero moment, and I'm gonna fail it. Yeah, why does that one keep falling off my desk? Okay, that was all fours. Why is my brain turning off? It's 14. Okay.
14? Okay. And that was your control roll?
Oh, that was my alter roll.
Your alter. Okay.
It's a force sneak, which is an alter.
It's all three of them together. I need all three of them.
Oh, then I need to roll one more die instead of adding a +2. So that was... Wait, what was the number? Okay, so it was...
You had 14, I believe.
12. Oh, that's actually pretty good. So that's all together in one roll, right? Not two separate rolls?
Normally it's with separate rolls, but let's just go ahead and do it all as one roll for the moment.
Okay, sorry.
It's faster, it's your knack.
17. Right?
17, okay. You aren't entirely on top of things. You're scared, I would imagine, considering those are very large knives.
Yeah.
And they don't seem to go ahead and not see you. But their swings are definitely not as accurate as they might be. They both rolled ones on their action dice. Okay, and their swings apparently go ahead and punch into the ground to either side of you, and both of them get their claws stuck there.
Wow.
The dice giveth and the dice taketh away. Anyway, so up with Thorn.
Yeah, just like I like to imagine that like in the time since we last saw him to like now, there's just way more black gunk all over him as he keeps punching and like pulling little bits and pieces out of this thing.
Pretty much. Yeah, Thorn at this point is pretty well covered. Whatever you're doing, though, it doesn't seem to be killing it.
This is very frustrating. That is Thorn's least favorite type of interaction with another living being.
What's more, the javelins and such, and in fact, some of the black ichor that had been spattered around has disappeared. Like, there's new stuff, don't get me wrong, the place is still splattered, but some of the older bits of it have gone away to be replaced by new.
Okay, Thornton bellows at all the other people, like lazing about, injured, in the room. Shoot this damn thing!
Okay, let's see how well this goes. Really? Okay, so, two of the walking wounded go ahead and shoot at it, one of which is actually very accurate, and starts digging chunks out of its flesh, as it were. The other one's shot just goes wild, and starts just raining down ceiling tiles on you as you fight. So, is he going to be smart enough to realize that this is a bad idea?
Giselle takes out a grenade and like toss it directly at his own feet.
Well, well, you do realize that the weapon that he had been shooting was a grenade launcher, right?
Yes.
And he's just been concussed.
He's gonna be a hell of a lot more concussed when he fires this grenade launcher in a confined space.
Yeah, he probably will be, especially considering that he rolled a 1 on the action die.
You're in my way, sir!
Yeah, that being said, he made the target number. That shot hit. You, and him, and the beast, and the walking wounded. Roll strength.
Thorn's approval has just dipped again. Okay, well, that's a 6 on the action. action die. Holy shit, that was a good roll. Do you re-roll 6s on?
Oh yes.
Okay.
On this armor check, yes, okay. You do.
So that is 4 6s, 2 4s, and a 5. So that's going to be 22, 30, 35.
Okay, 35. You may not be that pissed off then. You're going to tank this just fine.
There's a lot of gunk covering him, protecting him from the impact.
Well, yeah, I mean, they were concussion rounds as well. They don't do as much to you as they might to other things. So the 2 walking wounded are knocked out entirely. For the record, he rolled pretty well, too, on damage. He got a 26. Oh, nice. And the thing explodes.
Splorch.
Like, the grenade went right down its mouth, and splorch all over, which is already starting to go ahead and wisp away, much like the last one that you fought. The one person who does get the explosion fairly heavily is actually Jazal, because, well, he was aimed at the mouth.
Right.
So the explosion came out of the mouth and hit him. Not gonna lie, this is entirely the dice here. He doesn't take any damage from this, but because of the fact that it was a 1 on the action die, this must happen. Remember that armor that you gave him stick about wearing?
Yeah.
It all crumples off of him, leaving him just standing there with a shocked look on his face, with an empty grenade launcher going, I'm glad I took the armor.
Yeah, so Thorn, because of the fact that he didn't actually take any damage, basically just sits up, like, completely covered in gunk, like, lifts one arm, like scrapes some of the stuff off of his optical sensors, turns to look at Jazal, and then just gives him a thumbs up.
He gives a shaky thumbs up back. Oh, Lord. Okay, so back down to the other group who is taking care of the zombie situation.
Yes.
I'm going to start with Hall in this case. What do?
Oh god, I'm not gonna fight these shits. I'm gonna find the bottom of this. You know, because they're in a big zombie large-scale battle. Mm-hmm. There's always, you know, something. This is all in like all air. Like, are they all coming from
yes,
something?
As a matter of fact. All of them seem to be coming from a specific direction further into the zone.
Alright, alright. I don't have any force points. Okay, but I'll make another attempt at stealth since the things seem...
You have something's going on with the force at the moment. If you wanted to attempt to sneak your way through, you could definitely make a try, and you'd have a bonus at this.
Oh, okay. And then you're like, dark side point.
No.
You use the dark side, bitch. And I go,
Keep in mind that I always go ahead and say when a dark side point is going to come.
Fair enough. So I crush their heads like little insects. No.
Definite dark side point, and I've had a player do that.
Oh, gosh. That's just silly. Alright, and then I guess roll all of them together because of the thing?
No, all you need to do is roll your perception in this case.
What?
And what you're doing is you're trying to sneak through this. You're not using the force for this. The force is already going. Yeah, and if you have points in sneak, you can add that.
Okay. So I use my perception then, and then sneak. Okay, that was a decent roll. Hey! Alright, so that's 16 in total.
Okay. You go ahead and run away from the 2 that have gotten themselves pinned to the road, and in the chaos you are able to slip off.
Nice.
And you're going to try and make your way deeper into this to try and figure out what's going on?
Yeah.
Okay. You are no longer in the middle of the battle. We will be doing an investigation as the battle goes on for you. Washin. Go ahead and make me a perception roll.
Okay. Alright, let's see here. Washington Slade better this than Thorn, though he doesn't tend to have quite as lucky rolls as Thorn has been this session. Yeah, okay, that's definitely going to just be a 13.
13, you do not notice Hall's decoff.
Okay, yeah. A little busy with the whole arms flying everywhere.
With the lightsaber and everything, yeah, you roll your lightsaber combat again.
Okay, and after that, we should probably call a quick break because we're about the hour mark.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay. Wait, what was my lightsaber combat skill? I just rolled 6 dice because I think that was right. That is definitely not right. Yeah, okay. That was a really good roll, but fuck it, I'm scrapping it because it is not the number of...
Hey, go ahead and keep that for your damage code.
Okay.
Because I know that your lightsaber combat damage is 60.
Okay, in that case... Okay. Put all that to the side. I know that 6 is just there from when I was rolling other things. Okay, here we go. That's going to be a total of 10, yes.
10, okay. And... Sorry, just going ahead and figuring out exactly how well the combat is progressing on all fronts.
Yeah.
Okie doke. You are making progress, but you're going to need to roll me a strength.
Okay.
And hardy applies.
Okay, in that case, yeah, it's like, this is not Washington. This is where Washington is very different from the giant metal killing machine. Oh, well, they do have one thing in common. Rolling 6s on the action die.
That's good.
That I'm okay with this. Okay, well, 18 total.
18 total. Okay, very good. Boy, those sickle claws are sharp. There is a patch of blue flesh that is exposed to the world that wasn't before, but you were able to slip out of the way just in time. It's a good thing that you were able to slip out of the way that extra couple of centimeters, because otherwise there would have been some green blood that was exposed to the world. And possibly your rib cage as well.
Ooh, boy. Yeah, Washington kind of makes a very awkward sound, sort of like a and he sort of pedals away from the...
Yeah, it backpedals away even as your arm in the middle of the Force just goes ahead and lops off that sickle claw.
Yes. So it's sort of like, I want you to imagine it as basically like he's falling backwards or like swinging the lightsaber around, but because because the Force is just flowing through him, his random wavings are just slicing through arms.
Washington, the closest cinematic equivalent to his lightsaber combat is Jackie Chan in Drunken Master.
Yes. Basically.
Okay, well, you've not cut your way out of this crowd yet, but you are making progress, and we will see exactly how much longer it takes you to get out of there next time, and how deep Hull can get into trouble next time.
See you guys then.